Now it's useful to know that if someone's got a really, really painful shoulder, there's still something you can do. In the theory of opposites in acupuncture, acupressure, opposites are areas of treatment. So in theory, this ankle would treat the opposite wrist, and this knee would treat the opposite shoulder, or the opposite elbow rather, and this hip would treat the opposite shoulder, etc. But in reality, we use this area here to treat the opposite shoulder. So on people who've got acutely painful shoulders, you'll often find that if you feel for this, what's called lateral malleolus or ankle bone, and then you come just in front of it and below it, there's a nice dip, and that is gallbladder 40. And you'll often find that when people have got shoulder problems, this is a very sensitive point. So that means we're going to start massaging it. We're going to go as strongly as we can without hurting them. So we're going to start really going into there and gauging what they can take. And then we're going to move around underneath this bone. So we've got gallbladder 40 there, but we can move around under the bone. We've actually got another point here, a bladder point there, 62, and we're moving around all the way around this bone. We can move from gallbladder 40 in front of it, and we can move from gallbladder 40 all the way around underneath it. And if ever we find a sensitive point, we just really get the foot movement and really push in as hard as we can without it being too painful. But obviously if this person's shoulder's really painful, they probably won't mind a little bit of discomfort down on the foot if it's helping. Now when you've done this for a few minutes, you can ask them to try and move it, and maybe it won't be quite as bad as it was before, and maybe you can go up there and move it a bit for them and then come back and do some more of this. And also the gallbladder meridian is running down here, so if you find more points here that are sensitive, massage them as well, because they're all on this gallbladder meridian, which is having an indirect effect on that opposite shoulder. So here's an alternative for shoulder problems.